At first glance, your cat curling up under a blanket or disappearing into the laundry might seem adorable. But what if it's not just cozy behavior? What if it's your cat trying to survive the cold? Cats are masters at hiding discomfort, and many pet owners don't realize their home might be too cold until it's already affecting their cat's health. In this video, we'll uncover 7 hidden signs your cat may be too cold and what you can do to keep them safe, warm, and comfortable. Why it matters. Cats may seem tough and independent, but when it comes to cold, they're far more vulnerable than many people think. Unlike dogs, they don't whine or beg for attention when they're uncomfortable. Instead, they quietly adjust, often in ways that go unnoticed. Even if your home feels perfectly fine to you, your cat experiences temperature differently. Their small size, low body fat, and, in some breeds, thin or sparse fur make it harder for them to retain warmth. Drafts, cold floors, and nighttime temperature drops can have a bigger impact than you might expect. Over time, exposure to cold can cause stress on their immune system, reduce their energy levels, and even lead to more serious conditions like hypothermia. Senior cats, kittens, and short-haired breeds are especially at risk. That's why it's so important to recognize the signs early. By paying attention to subtle changes in behavior or habits, you can step in before the cold becomes a real danger to your cat's health and comfort. Sign 1. They're always buried in blankets or laundry. It might seem cute when your cat disappears into your laundry pile or buries themselves deep under the blankets. But this isn't just cozy behavior. It could be a survival instinct. When a cat is feeling too cold, they'll seek out warm, enclosed spaces where heat doesn't escape easily. If you notice your cat spending more and more time tucked away in places like under the bed, inside closets, or curled up behind the dryer, they might be trying to avoid the chill. Even if your home doesn't feel cold to you, your cat's body might be struggling to stay warm, especially if they're short-haired, small, or a senior. So next time your cat disappears into the warmest corner of the house, don't just smile. Check if the temperature might be a little too low for comfort. Sign 2. Their ears and paws feel like ice. One of the easiest ways to tell if your cat is too cold is by touch. Gently feel their ears, paw pads, or the tip of their tail. If they feel unusually cold, even icy, that's a red flag. Cats naturally redirect blood flow away from their extremities to protect vital organs when they're cold. It's a survival response. But for a pet cat indoors, this shouldn't be happening. It's especially common in homes with tile or wood floors, where body heat can escape fast. And if your cat sleeps near a window or door, they're even more exposed. So don't ignore cold paws or chilly ears. They might be a silent sign that your cat's body is struggling to keep warm. Sign 3. Less playful, more sluggish. If your cat suddenly seems less active, sleeps more, or just doesn't want to play, don't brush it off. Cold temperatures can slow down a cat's metabolism, making them feel tired and unmotivated. You might notice they don't greet you at the door like they used to, or they ignore their favorite toy. Sometimes they move slower, stretch less, or just seem off. While cats do love to nap, a noticeable drop in energy, especially paired with cold weather, could mean their body is conserving heat. It's not laziness, it's biology. Their system is shifting into low power mode to survive the chill. Sign 4. Subtle shivering or trembling. Shivering isn't always dramatic. In cats, it can be so subtle you might miss it. A gentle twitch, a quick shiver after standing up, or slight muscle spasms when they think you're not looking. This is your cat's body trying to generate heat, just like ours does. But while a quick shiver might not seem like a big deal, it's a clear sign their body is working overtime to stay warm. Pay close attention, especially after naps or when they're sitting still for a while. If you notice these little shakes happening regularly, it's time to warm things up. Even mild shivering means your cat is uncomfortable, and if it continues, it can lead to deeper cold stress or even hypothermia. Sign 5. Sleeping in unusual places. Cats love cozy spots. That's no secret. But if your cat suddenly starts sleeping in strange or extra warm places, it could be more than just a preference. It might be a sign they're trying to escape the cold. Look for changes like hiding behind appliances, curling up in the back of closets, or even jumping inside warm laundry right after it's dried. These aren't just quirky cat moments, they're instinct-driven moves to stay warm. Pay attention if they abandon their usual sleeping spot in favor of tighter, warmer spaces. Your cat may be telling you something without making a sound. I'm cold, and I'm trying to fix it. When behavior changes like this happen in colder months, they usually mean more than just mood. Quick pause. If you've made it this far, thank you. Liking and subscribing really helps us grow and share more with you. Sign 6. Changes in eating habits. Cold can mess with more than just comfort. It can affect your cat's appetite too. Some cats eat less when they're cold, simply because their digestive system slows down. Others may eat more to generate extra energy and stay warm. Either way, sudden changes in how much your cat eats, especially during colder seasons, shouldn't be ignored. If your cat usually has a healthy appetite but suddenly walks away from their food, that could be a warning sign their body is under cold-related stress. On the flip side, if they're constantly hungry and begging for more, they might be burning through calories just trying to stay warm. Watch for shifts in routine. Your cat's food behavior can be one of the earliest clues that something isn't right. Sign 7. Restlessness or confused behavior. Cold doesn't just affect the body, it can also affect your cat's mind. If your cat seems unusually anxious, restless, or even disoriented, it might be reacting to discomfort caused by low body temperature. You may notice pacing, hiding in strange places, or acting like they don't know where to settle. They might jump into your lap, then immediately jump off, unable to get comfortable. In older cats especially, cold stress can trigger confusion or uncharacteristic behavior. It's not just moodiness, it's their nervous system reacting to the cold. If your calm, predictable cat suddenly acts off, don't ignore it. It could be their way of saying, "I'm not okay." What to do if your cat is too cold? If you've noticed one or more of these signs, it's time to act. Even a small drop in temperature can seriously affect your cat's health. First, make sure your cat has access to warm, insulated bedding. Use soft blankets or self-warming mats placed in elevated spots, away from cold floors or windows. Keep the room temperature steady, ideally above 70 degrees or 21 days, especially during the night or when you're not home. Block any cold drafts coming from doors or windows, and limit your cat's time outside. Even short exposure to cold wind or wet ground can cause discomfort. You can also use safe heating solutions like heated cat beds or low-level space heaters. Just make sure your cat can move away from the heat if they get too warm. By taking a few simple steps, you can help your cat stay safe, healthy, and comfortable all winter long. Your cat can't tell you when they're uncomfortable, but their behavior can. If you've noticed any of the signs we've covered today, don't ignore them. Even a few simple changes, like warmer bedding, sealing drafts, or adjusting the room temperature, can make a big difference in your cat's comfort and health. Remember, staying warm isn't just about comfort. For cats, especially the young, the elderly, or short-haired breeds, it can be the difference between thriving and struggling. If you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more tips on keeping your feline friend happy and healthy. And in the comments, let us know, what's your cat's favorite warm spot when it gets chilly?